My birthday was last Saturday. Ooh-wee. I did all the things. Y'all, I have to tell you about what happened on Friday night. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is going to be a new Chatty Get Ready With Me. So today I have a handful of fun products. A lot of them are from my last PR haul that I did. So I've decided to, this is my plan. I want to do a PR haul. I've been able to do them like every other week at this point, but I want to do at least one PR haul a month. Then I want to do a Get Ready With Me from the products that were most commented on, the products that you most want to see a Get Ready With Me on. Then I'll be trying out these products as well, and a couple weeks later I'll come to give a update on them. And then at the end of the month, deciding what I am keeping, like what I want to keep around in my collection and what I want to declutter from my collection. I have been someone who has been trying to keep a little bit more of a minimal makeup collection while balancing that with having a YouTube channel and doing reviews. So I've gotten a lot of suggestions from you guys, and that was what I thought sounded really well. So we'll do a haul, we'll do a Get Ready With Me, we'll do a check-in, and then we'll do am I going to declutter it or not. So today's video I have from Nomad Cosmetics, their Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. I have a couple products from Makeup by Mario, the Surrealist Skin Foundation and Concealer. I have a new primer and also a powder from Ofra Cosmetics, the cream blush from LYS, a couple of lip products from Hard Candy and their Girl Scout collection. So that is what we're gonna be trying out today. So let me get you zoomed in. So we've been having like landscaping yard work literally since about 9 o'clock this morning. It's now 2 p.m. and I don't think it's ever gonna quit. And this is just like happening every single day. Like what more do you need to do? Like I'm so confused. I feel like I go to sleep hearing the leaf blower and the saw thingamajig and like all the things that they're doing. I think I've been needing to film the past few days because I am going on a trip soon. I'm going to talk a little bit about it in this video. But so I've needed to be here and like filming, but the next couple of days when I just have like editing and admin work, I think I'm gonna go somewhere else because I can't, the noise, like I cannot stand the noise anymore. To get started, I'm not gonna do primer on my face. I did a birthday Q&A and I kind of showed a little bit how I do my covering acne routine. I actually do primer a little bit later. I did also just get back from a walk, so I just put SPF. I reapplied my SPF before my afternoon walk. So we're just gonna jump right in with the foundation. So I got a PR package from Makeup by Mario. So I'm gonna try the Surreal Skin Liquid Foundation. So this retails for $42. I chose out the shade 5N. They sent me like a form to fill out, so I tried to shade match the best that I can. So this has a natural finish. It's supposed to be hydrating, medium coverage. It says it's a breathable, luminous foundation, effortlessly builds and blends to illuminate the complexion with customizable, long-wearing coverage. They also sent along a couple brushes. So we have a double-ended brush from Makeup by Mario. So I'm just gonna use the larger side for the foundation. It does come with a pump. Sometimes before doing foundation, I'll apply the green cream. That's what I showed in my last Get Ready With Me. For today, honestly, I'm just like sitting here. So I'm not like super pressed to use it, and I still don't know how much it is, but I feel like it might be kind of expensive, so I don't want to just like use it just to use it. But the green cream you can see in that video, and I also have a short up. It just kind of helps take down the redness a little bit. I'm going to do my concealer routine that I did in that last video, so I can show you the difference of how it works. But a lot of times I like to use the green cream when I'm not doing a full face of makeup, and I'm kind of just like either running errands or like going to hang out with friends, and I just want the redness tamed like a little bit without doing a full face routine. So today we're just going to start by going in with the foundation. So I just did a couple of pumps and we will start to apply to the skin, but let me know what you all think about that kind of plan. I feel like that will help keep me on track with opening packages, getting to the products in like a decent amount of time, but then also still being able to review them and then deciding if I'm keeping something or if I'm going to give it away, because I just don't want my makeup collection to pile up again like it has in the past. So I feel like having kind of like my check-in and then like the Get Ready With Me, the check-in, and then kind of like that like finale video of what I'm keeping and what I'm decluttering. I feel like that sounds like a fun idea. So thank you to everyone who's written in their suggestions, because I've kind of talked a little bit about just feeling a little stuck of what to film and and what to share on YouTube. So I have a couple of new video ideas that are coming that I'm excited to do, and this is one of them. So for this foundation, this is a first impression. I will say that I do think that it blended in pretty easily and a little bit more. I think that it blended in nicely. It does look a little bit more on that like hydrating side, like it's slightly glowy but not too much, but it's definitely not looking like a matte finish. I do also think with the acne that it kind of tamed it down a little bit too. That 5N does look like a good shade match for me right now. Might be a little bit light as we start to get into the warmer months. I walk outside a lot, so I typically can get pretty tan pretty quickly because of how much I'm outside. I also like that brush because I don't think it looks like streaky or anything along those lines. Right now I think it's looking pretty good. First impression, it'd be looking pretty good. Again, it's 2 o'clock. I'll probably be in my makeup until the end of the night. I think I'm just going to my friend's house to watch the Vegas Golden Knights. They won last night, but they need to keep winning. They need to keep winning for sure. But so far so good. We'll see how the wear time is and how it kind of holds up on my skin throughout the day. And then I am also going to try the concealer. So this brush does retail for $30 if you're interested in the double-ended brush. For the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, this retails for $29. I am using the shade 160. This is supposed to be good for dark circles, a natural finish, medium coverage, also good for acne and blemishes. A pro performance multi-use concealer visibly lifts, blurs, and brightens your under eyes and complexion for an awakened appearance. So I'm just gonna use this on my under eyes for today's video and see what we think. To have the doe foot here. This feels very lightweight and a little bit more on the liquidy side as I apply it. I'm gonna take the other end of the brush, almost smack myself in the face, but don't. I'm gonna take the other end of the brush. Okay, actually this feels really drying. Okay, as I started to blend it out, I was like, hold on. I'm gonna feel like I need to move really quickly with this one. That's so interesting because when I first applied it, it definitely felt more liquidy, but the moment that I touched the brush to it, it felt like it's one that the formula dries really quickly. 160 might be too light of a shade for me. I think they also sent me 180. So I might pull that one out because I feel like there is, I mean, obviously once you go along and like blend and powders and the rest of your makeup, probably won't be as noticeable of a difference. But right now it's looking actually fairly white on my under eyes, which I used to go for back in the day, but not so much anymore. This is probably gonna be one where I'm gonna do a different shade next time. I'm also gonna only put concealer on one eye, blend it out, and then go to the next eye because it does feel more quick drying. I'll say though, for right now, like having just applied the concealer, I feel like it really helped to like smooth the under eyes without looking like too, I want to say it maybe looks like slightly heavy, and I could, go in with less product next time as well. But I actually kind of like the finish that it gives my under eyes. And I'm not sure if I know the best way to explain it, but it just kind of looks smooth. Like it really kind of took away some of my fine lines on my under eyes. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that right now. I'm interested in trying this as well. Should I just try it? We might as well just try it. I'm gonna try it for my spot concealing. In my last video, I used the Too Faced Born This Way. That's mostly what I've been doing when I do my acne covering routine. But since it specially said this was good for the blemishes and the breakouts, we'll try it. And I actually really like how it looks on my under eyes at this moment. Again, we'll have to see like how it lasts. Stay tuned for my check-in video, all the things. What is the best way that you guys would like to see the check-in video? Would you like to see like another get ready with me with the same products as I talk about them? You want just like a sit down video? You want, I don't know, what do you tell me how you would prefer to get these reviews. I was talking to a friend the other day, and so I leave powder for the time being, so I'm gonna just go into my brows. I was talking to a friend the other day about just not really vibing with filming at this desk. And like, obviously when I moved in here in September, I had to move really quickly. My last apartment was broken in two, so I moved in here in like a very quick manner. And then 2 weeks after moving in here, my dog died. So like, there's a lot going on. And I still don't even feel like I live in this apartment, quite honestly. Like, it truly, when people walk in, it's like, this is your home. And I'm like, yuck. Because it just doesn't feel very like lived in. I also travel a lot. I'm gone a lot. I stay with friends a lot. I don't like being alone. I don't like being in here by myself and all the things. So that meant that I never really like even set up my workstation. Like, you can literally see where I started to put it together when I first moved in. And then it was just like my whole world stopped when Aries died. And I just really never got back to it. It's like, it's funny because you can see in this like little nook that I have that like I started to do it. And that's kind of like everywhere. Like in the kitchen, it's like I've started to get it organized. In my second bedroom where I keep like inventory, my makeup collection, it started to get organized, and then it just all came to a halt. I just feel like I don't really love like sitting behind the vanity, and I would just rather, like, literally the other day I was filming a video about my Sephora wish list, and I just had this overwhelming desire to film it from my bed because I was like, I don't know, why not? Like, what else am I doing? I don't really know like what other places I could film from. Like when I do my PR hauls, I do them from my living room floor. Like I literally just sit on the floor and open boxes. Like, I don't know. And that's just something that I like right now, but I don't know if that's like a cool thing to do on YouTube, or like you still have to have like your nice background with your candles and your flowers and all the things. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen in this apartment. And I probably should be moving soon. My lease is up in a couple of months, so I need to figure out like my next moves and everything. I don't know, let me know if you like would be really bothered if I was like bouncing around my apartment and doing reviews and stuff from different places, or if you don't mind it, or if you're like, no, you need to sit at your vanity, girl. Like, I understand, so let me know. I'm in my brows with the Benefit Precisely My Brow, but I had also mentioned that I have another trip going up, so I think this video is going to go up either on Friday. I try to usually do my Chatty Get Ready With Me videos on a Friday. I'm someone who like, I love my routines and my structure, so that even is like when it comes to my YouTube channel, like I just kind of like having certain things on certain days. It like kind of helps me know what I'm doing. So this will probably go up on Friday, and I actually head out on Monday for New Orleans. I've never been, it'll be my first time, and I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna use my bronzer in Rephr that I made with Ofra Cosmetics. I've done a couple videos on this in the past too, but I started an event planning company a couple of years ago with my partner Simbri. It's called Creators and Friends Events, and essentially we host like retreats and parties for content creators. Kind of the idea behind it is to foster a community amongst them, kind of have that community over competition spirit, being able to do things with each other in person and that sort of thing, because a lot of times this career is very individualized. We're usually just sitting at our homes talking to our computers or our phones. So it was kind of a way to bring people together. We had our first retreat in Charleston last year, and we took 20 content creators. We also had a holiday party, and that was just like a one-night party. We had it in Las Vegas in December, and we had about 50 to 60 creators that came to that, which was so fun. And now we are heading off. We're bringing 38 content creators to New Orleans. So we'll be there April 2nd through the 5th. You will be seeing some vlogs going up. I'll be vlogging myself. A lot of the other content creators vlogged the last time they were there. And hopefully you'll see like some short form videos. I know with some of my friends, we have some like short form content that we want to be posting on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube shorts. I'm really excited to see so many people. Some that I'll be meeting for like, you know, the second, third, fourth times, some that I'm going to be meeting for the first time. So I'm really excited to go. I will be getting there on Monday. Me and my partner will be getting there a day early to get set up, get everything ready, pick up all of our packages that we've been shipping down there, and just prepare for everyone to get there on Tuesday. I was going to do my bronzer, but I'm actually going to do my blush first because I am going to use a cream blush. So this is from LYS, and they just came out with their cream blush sticks, and I'm going to use the shade Focus. Okay, so these are the High Standard Cream Glow Blush Sticks. They retail for $20. It's supposed to be a radiant finish, hydrating. It says an irresistibly creamy blush stick that instantly brings a flush of color to the cheeks with an illuminating finish. So I will say I haven't really been into cream or liquid products all that much recently, but I got these and I was like, you know what, I could at least try them out. So for right now, I'm a little, you know, I gravitate more towards the powder products, but still wanted to give this one a try. I did also get some new brushes from Rephr. This one is the B02. So I'm just gonna tap this on here and then tap it on my cheeks. I feel like that's gonna be the way that I would like to apply it. The cream products, I'm gonna start kind of small, hopefully, and then build my way up. Okay. This one to me looked kind of like terracotta-y cinnamon type of shade. And so far, that's looking pretty. So I'm just going to tap that in. Again, I still haven't done my powder or anything like that. This is just kind of the routine that I go with. And sometimes if I'm using like the cream blush first, I don't try to panic if I think that it looks a little bit like va-va-voom. Because again, I'm gonna do my bronzer, I'm gonna do my powder and all of those things. That is a pretty shade from LYS. Again, this one is in Focus. And that applied really easily. I do like the Rephr brushes a lot. Very soft, they're very high quality brushes. I think that blush looks pretty good right now. Again, it might look like slightly aggressive at the moment, but I think that looks pretty. And I don't feel like I needed a lot of product. And I like that it kind of has more of that, you can see like kind of like that shimmery glow to it also, because I don't do a lot of highlight. So I'll keep going with the face routine. And then we'll make sure, because even like I still feel like the concealer is a little crazy. You know, sometimes makeup, you just gotta trust the process, if you will. I'm just gonna use my bronzer that I created with Ofra. This one is in River. Like I said, I'll definitely be doing some vlogs. I'll do kind of like my wrap-up video, like I always do after some trips, and just kind of talk about everything and what we did and what I thought of it. But I've never been to New Orleans, so I'm super excited to go. Everyone always tells me how amazing the food is, so I'm really excited to try all of the food there. But definitely the thing that I'm most excited for is just seeing all of the creators that are coming. Like I said, we're bringing 38. We're also working with multiple brands, which is super exciting for us. We have Sigma Beauty is our main sponsor. So we've been working really closely with Sigma Beauty, and they are one of my favorite brands. I mean, they're a brand that I've been buying since before I even had my own YouTube channel. I've done a collaboration with them, and I'm so excited to be working with them. They have some of their team coming down to New Orleans as well, and I'm just excited to see everybody. They sent was Lauren and Haley came to our Vegas holiday party as well. So it was so nice to see them. So I'm gonna be excited to see them again and see Simone, the founder of Sigma. I was able to go to a launch party in Minneapolis in 2022. So I was able to meet her then, but she is just like one of the most special people. She was so helpful to me when Aries was going through cancer. She actually was a veterinarian, so she had so much advice and just comfort that she could give me during that time. And I thought how nice that this woman who is so incredibly busy is taking time out of her day to message me about my dog's cancer treatments and protocols and what we can do. It just really meant so much. So I'm so excited about Sigma Beauty. We're also working with some really great brands like Rephr Beauty. They're a brand that I haven't tried a lot myself, but we have a fun event happening with them. We have some indie brands that are coming on board as well, like Fantasy Cosmetics and Unearthly Cosmetics. It's just gonna be so exciting. Some activations with like City Beauty, Cleona Cosmetics. I can't wait. We've been able to work with like some food and beverage brands like for our kitchen and things, and it's just been so exciting. You know, Charleston was our first, you know, big thing that we did. So there's definitely been so many like learning experiences that we took away from Charleston that we were able to put into practice for New Orleans. We're also have a second trip planned as well in September, and we're really looking forward to that. And for me, it's been so fun to be able to work on the event side of things and really kind of take I've been saying community over competition for years and years. That's like been one of my taglines for such a long time. And I feel like I'm really able to like kind of like walk the walk with what we started with creators and friends. So I'm really excited for you to see all the content that comes from it, and I'm excited to share my experience with it. I'm excited to see everybody, and I think that it's just gonna be such a fun time. So I head out on Monday. I'm filming this on Tuesday, because again, like, have a busy week, have events towards the end of the week, and that spills into the weekend, and then I need to like pack and do all the things. So I'm trying to get the majority of my filming like out of the way so I can be good when I am down there. So again, I leave on Monday. I'll probably pack pretty last minute. If I know me, I'll probably be packing pretty last minute. But I'm really excited. If you have any like tips or tricks for New Orleans, places to go, places to eat, anything like that, I would love to hear about it. I'm gonna go into like covering the acne now. So one thing that I like to do is start with a gripping primer. I usually do the e.l.f. Power Grip or the one from Urban Decay, but Ofra just came out with this Glow and Grip primer. This is a collaboration with Jessica Dedlani. It says blend radiance and staying power with this long-lasting primer. I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna see what we think. It's my first time using it as well. The only thing that I wasn't like super sure about this one is it does say glow. So I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily need the acne to be like glowy, but you know, we'll see how it works. I never know where to put my mirror. That's like in the best spot. But I basically just use the primer and put it over the spots where I am going to really be focusing on spot concealing. So again, I'm not sure this primer is going to be the absolute best for what I'm using the primers for right now, but it can at least give me an idea. I can kind of tell from putting it on my hands, like it did make my fingers like a little bit glowy, but I can also definitely feel the tack. So that's really the biggest thing when it does come to covering acne, is I do want something that is more of that sticky base. Put it over those spots, and then the concealer really kind of grips onto that, and I have no issues. When I do this routine to cover acne, I do not have any issues with my makeup staying in place. So that, to me, that like grip is very important. I don't know for sure how many things I'll be able to like see and do in New Orleans myself, just because for me, like I'm also going there to work. So sometimes when we have downtime and the other creators can kind of go like explore and see things, I might have to be, you know, setting up for our next activation, or taking something down, or setting up a decoration, or getting food ready, or things like that. So to me, I probably personally won't have a lot of downtime in New Orleans, but I'm hoping definitely to be able to come back at some point too. I'm kind of on my own for like more of a vacation style-esque. So this will at least like get me to like dip my toes in and figure out maybe what I want to like do or see for the next time. So I would definitely love to hear if you have any recommendations, and I can also pass it along in the group chat. You can follow along the Creators and Friends Instagram too. It's just Creators Friends Events on Instagram, and we'll be sharing a bunch of stuff from the trip, of course. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And also, if you are a creator, please let us know, because one of the things that we get a lot is like, why aren't you inviting this person or that person? Simbri and I don't know absolutely everybody in this community. So even though it might seem like we know a lot of people, we don't know absolutely everybody. And unless we get your information, or you message us or something along those lines, we don't have a way of knowing absolutely everybody. So please send us a DM on Instagram, email us, creatorsfriendsevents@gmail.com, anything like that. If you are a content creator, whether you're in the beauty space, fashion, lifestyle, DIY, whatever it may be, if you're a content creator, please let us know, because then that way we can put you on our database for future events. Actually, I'm gonna grab the 180 shade now, especially to put, I don't want this to be too light on my skin. Let me grab that other shade. Okay, so we're gonna do the 180 shade for this, and then I'm just gonna grab that concealer brush and just pick up a little bit right from the doe foot. Yes, please let us know if you want to be added to it, because we want to be able to do you know, at least a couple retreats a year. These are obviously bigger, they take a little bit more time planning and all of the things, but to be able to do like the one-day parties where we can kind of have not necessarily an unlimited amount of people, but more people, I think would just be so exciting. So we would love to be able to continue to expand that database of creators. So if you know anyone, you can always share our information with them, or again, if you're a creator yourself, please let us know, and we are so happy to get you added. It's been something that's been so fun for me to, again, like I said, put my focus into. Event planning is one of my backgrounds. I went to school for travel and hospitality, and I've worked in event planning quite a bit. I've worked at hotels, I've worked with wedding planners. So it's just something so fun for me to be able to do in this space. And I've talked a lot about like not really being sure what I want to do with my career, not really sure what I want to do with YouTube or content creation. And this just seems like a really fun way to stay like within the industry and within the community, but doing something a little bit different that isn't always like just about like me. Like that might sound weird, but like I've been living my life online since I was like 22 years old, and I just turned 27. I'm just kidding, I just turned 37. So it's been a long time that I've been living my life online, and sometimes it's kind of like I would like to not be the sole focus anymore. And this is just like such a fun way for me to be, again, able to stay like within the community, but doing something just a little bit different. So it's been so fun. I can't say enough good things about my partner. Her name is Simbri. She's Simbri Thinks on Instagram. I have so much fun with her. She gets to come to Vegas quite a bit she also has kind of more of like a traditional job as well, and she comes to Vegas often, and it's always so fun to go down to the Strip and see her. And we are such different people, and everyone will always point that out to us. Like, we are so different in literally every single way, but sometimes that's what makes things work so well. Like my friend Ashley and I, we are completely different people, yet somehow we are best friends. Simbri and I, completely different people, yet somehow great business partners. Like, it's so funny how that works out. But I just can't say enough good things, especially with everything that she had to do for Charleston last year, because my dog got diagnosed with cancer literally 2 days before I had to leave for Charleston. So I wasn't able to go. They gave Aries 3 days to live. So like, obviously, like I wasn't going any, like I could not leave my dog's side. So I'm super grateful for her. I'm so glad that we had this idea to start, and what kind of started as like, oh, we should just do like a girls trip with some other content creators spurred into a whole business idea. Like, that's so exciting to me. I'm gonna come in with the powder now. So this again is from Ofra, one of the collaborations with Jessica. This is the Lavender Days. I don't know why, when I was doing my PR haul, I opened this and I was like, I'm just so curious to try this lavender powder. It just stuck out to me. So I'm gonna use one of my powder puffs. I'm gonna use this on my under eyes. I'm not really sure I'm gonna use this on my face though, because lavender is a little bit more of that brightening property, which makes sense to use for the under eyes. But again, especially because I'm using the powder to cover acne, I'm not necessarily trying to brighten those spots, which is why I went and changed the concealer shade, because especially one of the last things that I want to do is to highlight any of the breakouts or any of like the pigmentation that I have from past acne. I don't necessarily want to highlight those, but I did want to try this for the under eyes because I do like a bright under eye. Because the Makeup by Mario concealer was a little bit lighter, it might be overkill, but I think that looks pretty good so far. I definitely see that it's brightening, but it's not too much for the under eyes. It didn't really change like the conceal, like everything still looks nice and smooth to me as well. So we'll kind of see how this lasts throughout the day. I've typically been doing my Mercier powder. That's what I'm going to do to set the rest of my face. But so far, so good. This is just, I don't know, for some reason I opened the lavender powder and I was like, I have an affiliate discount code with Ofra, that is Samantha, if you're interested in anything that I'm trying. Or I just did a lip combo video, that was one of my last videos that went up too, and I have some of my lip combos that I created with Ofra on there. And someone just commented to give a reminder that the lip glosses are also available on Beauty Bay. So if you shop on Beauty Bay, you can also get the glosses that I created. Then for the rest of my face, like I said, I'm gonna do the Laura Mercier. This is just the translucent powder. So I just add this, especially to the spots where I was concealing acne, but I do also like to hit the rest of my face as well. I'm starting to get like a little bit of like buildup here around my nose. Sometimes that can happen with some foundations. I'm just gonna try to smooth that out a little bit there. I think my skin is looking pretty good right now. Your eyes look good, rest of my skin looks good. I feel like acne would be looking good. Okay, and even through that, I feel like you can still see the blush, and you can still see like the shimmeriness of the blush as well. Sometimes when I get done at the end, I add, usually it's bronzer. I'll add like a little bit more bronzer, if you will. But right now I think we're looking good. So I'm gonna jump into the eyes, and we are using the Nomad palette. This is the Iceland Wild Atlantic Way. Okay, I don't have a discount code with Nomad, but a lot of you have asked me for one, so this is my reminder that I'm going to ask. If I get one, I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box. I'm gonna be doing a green look. So I am half Irish. I went to Ireland. I hosted my first group travel trip over New Year's. So when I saw this palette, it just gave me so many feels. So even though it's a little bit bigger than I would normally go for. I was like, you know what, this palette is going to be like so special to me. I think that this is so cute. So I definitely want to do something that is green. There's literally so many that I want to use. I'm going to use another brush from Rephr. This one is the B03. And I think first I'm going to come in with, Blarney Stone. Yeah, we're going to start with Blarney Stone. Put this all over my eye because I am going to come in with a shimmer as well. So like packing onto the lid, blending back and forth into the crease. Ireland was my first group travel trip. I'm hosting another one in October of this year, and we are going to Greece. We're going to Crete, Greece, which I am so excited for. We actually have one more spot left on the trip as well. And I cannot wait. So I always have that link in my description box, and we also have a group chat on Instagram. So if you are interested in coming along, or you want to like talk to anyone else who is coming, the group chat right now is just for anyone who's interested and is maybe thinking about booking. Once we have everyone confirmed, I'll make a separate chat where it'll just be us who is going on the trip to chat about, you know, our itineraries and what we want to do and what we want to add in and things like that. But for right now, if you want to join the chat, you can just comment on any of my Instagram posts. So I'm March Beauty Word on Instagram. You can just comment on any of my posts to say, add me to your Greece group chat, and I will get you added. But I'm so excited, and my friend Anielka Nikves is coming with me as my +1. I'm actually going to Italy with her in August as her +1. So I'm so excited about that. And we also are hosting a Austin retreat. I've been doing so much traveling, and again, more events, and I love it so, so much. So in this month, in March, I hosted a Vegas retreat. So I had 13 women from the Sam Squad come into Vegas, and we just hung out for a weekend. Some of us did a Vegas Golden Knights hockey game. We all stayed at Mandalay, and we just had dinners there. We went to the Michael Jackson 1 show. I have a vlog up all about the experience if you would want to see that. It was so much fun to just be able to meet and hang out with everybody and just have like such a fun time. And so I would love to do more of these. Like, I would love to do as many things as I can to try to connect our community, whether it be, you know, group travel where we're doing these kind of longer trips. But of course, like, that's not always going to be in the cards for, and no matter what, not every single trip is going to work out for everybody. And that's not how it's supposed to be. I don't want anyone to think that they like should be coming on every single trip with me, because that's definitely, you know, that's not realistic. But I want to be able to do as many as I can to try to be able to hit as many people as I can, you know? So we did Vegas, and when we did Vegas, I think we had 4 of the 13 were local here. So, you know, that's easier for them, and they don't have to fly. I think 2 didn't stay at Mandalay. They just would join us in the morning and then go home at night. So, you know, obviously that like cuts costs down for them. So we're going to do Austin in June. I would love to do one more in the US in 2024. If you have any city recommendations, let me know. But I would love to do like East Coast, obviously get back to the Midwest, kind of like my goal with that, and then have some of these bigger trips for people who want to do a little bit more adventurous or are able to travel for a little bit longer or things like that. So that's kind of my goal. So Angie and I just announced Austin. The dates are going to be June 7th through the 9th. So we'll all meet up on Friday. We'll probably meet up around like dinner time, have our like meetup with each other, head to dinner, do something fun that night. When we did Vegas, we had like a private karaoke room, which was so much fun. And then we have a few things planned for Saturday. We're going to be announcing the itinerary shortly. We are going to have a group chat on Instagram too. So if you want to join that, if you're interested in the Austin dates, I do have that save the date, and I'll have it pinned. Same as Greece, I have it pinned to my profile. So if you want to come along, just leave a comment under that, say add me to the group chat, and I will put you in there. The group chat is where we'll first put out when we do have the itinerary and the tickets open to be able to book it, because we're only able to take on a certain amount of people, just because we will have something where we have like transportation as well. So we're doing a little fun activity on Saturday that I'm really excited to share about. So we just need to have like confirmed attendees and like all of those things, and we'll do like a hotel block just like we did in Vegas, that sort of thing. So that is how you'll be able to attend, is by getting those tickets. So we'll be announcing that first in the group chat, so make sure to check that out. I'm going to use Savage Beauty, and I'm just going to use my finger. This looks so beautiful, literally so stunning. So, and I'm just going to, yes please, apply this onto the lid like so. Okay, so pretty. I love a good green and gold look, and this shimmer, literally I'm just like barely tapping my finger in it and it's just like so love that so much. Really looking forward to Austin. So my travel schedule is like a little bit crazy. So in April I go to New Orleans. I also have a girlfriend, Makeup Molly's, coming here to Vegas, so I have like 5 days with her, which is going to be so fun. May, I'm going to Barbados, never been. June, we have Austin, so that'll be so fun, so I'll be down there for a while. July is literally probably one of the most insane months of my life. One of my things right now is trying to figure out my July calendar and where all I'm flying to, because I'm trying to get to Chicago to do like a weekend with a bunch of the women that actually were in Ireland. They're all meeting up in Chicago. Like, how fun is that? Not all, but a lot of them are meeting up in Chicago. Like, how fun. These women were complete strangers to each other before they went to Ireland, and now they're planning a group trip to Chicago to hang out for the weekend. Like, if that doesn't make me want to get emotional, I don't know what does. That's the coolest thing to me, to see, like, because that's always been like my thing, is just like the community part of it, and not so much even like I have to be there, or like I need to plan it or coordinate it. Like I'm like, I try to be like the connector. Like, I try to bring people together somehow, and then it's like, and then you guys get to find your people and be able to do these kinds of things. And I just think that's so freaking cool. So I'm trying to get to Chicago. Then I told Molly I'd go to Michigan to visit her. So I'm trying to go from Chicago to Michigan. Then I have to shoot over to Iowa because my brother's getting married. So gotta go to Iowa. Gotta watch my brother get married. Standing up for him. Super, super excited for that. And then right after his wedding, I go to Iceland. So I'm trying to decide if I'm literally going from Chicago to Michigan to Iowa to Iceland, or if between Iowa and Iceland I should come back to Vegas, get a new suitcase, and then go to Iceland. I'm not really sure yet. But I need to start booking my flights, so I need to figure out where all I'm flying to. It's gonna be great. Started doing my eyeliner without turning my camera back on. I don't really know why I did that, but I'm just using my L'Oreal Infallible Grip. I'm gonna do a little bit of a wing as well. I just kind of make it smudgy, and then I actually wing it out with a liner brush. So I think I'm gonna pick up some of this darkest green. Is it Tante? No, I'm probably not gonna say that right. Use that to just make a little wing here. I like doing it with the shadow, because if you like do too much, it's really easy to wipe it away. So this is how I've been doing my wing. And then I'm just going to clean it up a little bit with my puff. I'm just gonna do just a little bit more. I just love a good wing these days. I don't know what it is. I love how like fast makeup preferences can change, and like once I get into something, I'm like so into it until I'm like just absolutely not anymore. It's thrilling. And then I'm just gonna take a pencil brush. I'm gonna do the Bunratty Castle. Do a little bit of that, and maybe a little bit of the Wild Atlantic Way. We'll see what that color combination looks like. A little bit more brown than green for the lower lash line, but I also like a smoky lower lash line. I feel like my voice still hasn't quite recovered from my birthday. My birthday was last Saturday. Ooh-wee. I did all the things. Y'all, I have to tell you about what happened on Friday night. I need to prepare myself for this story because I was so shook. So the setting, Friday night, Las Vegas, Bellagio. We head to Spago for dinner, and my friend had made dinner reservations. It was me, my friend Ashley, her husband, my friend Katie. So there's 5 of us, and my friend had made reservations, and we wanted to sit outside by the fountains because I always talk about how much I love the fountains. I don't care how long I live here, like I freaking love the Bellagio fountains so much. If I'm on the strip, like I will always stop to watch them. I love the fountains. So I had mentioned in passing once that I went to Spago one time, like several months ago, and sat inside to eat, and I kept like looking outside. I was like, oh, but look, like the fountains are going off. So my friend makes our dinner reservation, but because sitting outside is like highly coveted, even if you have a reservation and you request to sit outside, sometimes when you get there, they still make you wait. So we get there, our reservation's at 6, and we get there at like 5:40, and they're like, oh, it's probably gonna be like an hour. Okay, so we go to this place called The Vault. The Vault is so hard to find in Bellagio. It's like one of those like secret speakeasy type feels. Literally, it's behind like a blackjack table, and you wouldn't know except for like their little logo on the door is the only, like it looks like the wall, right? It took us a long time to find it the first time I was there back in like November. So we're like, no big deal. We'll just go to The Vault. We'll get a couple of drinks first, and then we'll just wait for our reservation. So it's like 6:20, they call us, say our reservation's ready. Great. Go to Spago, we sit outside. I'm having the time of my life. Just the fountains are so beautiful. We take some gorgeous photos by them. There's a woman at the table next to us who, like, they started singing happy birthday to her. So of course, like, I'm singing happy birthday to her as well. And they're like, oh, you know, it's Samantha's birthday too. And so we start talking to the table. This woman's name is Ursula. It's her 88th birthday. And she came from Las Vegas to Canada to celebrate. She's a queen. Like, iconic Ursula, iconic. And we took a picture by the fountains together. I was like, couldn't have been happier, right? I was like, what a beautiful night. I'm with my best friends, like having the time of my life. Everything's great. So afterwards, my friend had set up a reservation for 8 o'clock at the Pinky Ring. So this is a new like cocktail lounge that was just opened by Bruno Mars. It just opened in February. So, and on like grand opening night, Bruno Mars was there, was like singing and all the things. And so it's this beautiful, very like intimate, you know, smaller cocktail lounge. No phones allowed, okay? No phones allowed. Like, they don't take it from you at the door, but you cannot use your phones. They will kick you out if you do. Says it right when you go in. And as we're going inside, they're like, nope, absolutely no phones, no videos, no photos. We're okay. So me and my friend, who's another content creator, are walking in like, great, no phones. Okay, perfect. You know, I'm like, how can I let people know I'm here? I'm like, what's going on? And it's not that serious, but it was really kind of funny, right? So we have reservations for that at 8, but because our dinner was pushed back, you know, by almost half an hour, we didn't get there until like 8:20. And they were like, you know, unless you buy a table now at this point, because if you are there before 8, you don't have to buy a table. If you are there after 8, you need to buy a table. Typically, a min spend table is going to be at least $1,000, if not higher than that. And what minimum spend means is you have to at least spend that much money on food and or alcohol during your visit. If you don't, that's fine. You're gonna get charged for it anyways. Like, if your min spend is $1,000 and you only buy a bottle that's $300 and that's all you have, that's cool. You're gonna get charged $1,000. So that's the way things work in Las Vegas. If you go to a nightclub, if you go to a day club, if you go to some of these more upscale lounges, you're gonna have a table minimum kind of regardless, right? Well, at this point, Katie, Ashley, and Ashley's husband are like we've been out, like we've had a long night, like we don't know if we can really make it through the Pinky Room, like don't know if we're gonna go. And I'm like, no problem, just me and my friend are gonna go in. We'll at least like check it out, see what it's about, see if we can somehow end up making like a video about this experience. We also knew one of the bartenders in there, a bartender that used to work at the Vault actually let us know she moved over to the Pinky Ring. And so we said we would stop in and like say hi and have a drink with her. So we're like, no big deal, we're just gonna be here for a drink. So the 3 of them leave. Me and my friend go into the Pinky Ring. And you know, when we were like, let's not get a table because we're not gonna be here very long. And we've already been out for a while. We've already had several cocktails. I was like, I don't need to be doing like table minimums at this point in time. You know, it's 8:30, whatever. So we're like, we'll just go to the bar, grab a drink, say hi to the bartender, you know, scope out the venue and leave. So we walk inside. It's beautiful inside. It's beautiful. It's very like intimate, upscale. Like it kind of has those like a little bit of those speakeasy vibes, and not even speakeasy. Kind of gives me some of those like 1920s clubs kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I walk in and I was like, oh man, this is a vibe. Okay. So go to the bar, say hi to the bartender, and order our drinks. And she's like, you know, how's your night going? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you know, it's been a longer night, so we're just gonna have a drink and take off. And she goes, no, no, no. So we lean in, she goes, Bruno Mars is performing here tonight, you can't leave. And we were like, what? Because Bruno Mars is the one who like opened the Pinky Ring, and he was there for like the grand opening, but he doesn't come every single night. Like they have live entertainment, they have DJs, they have bands that come in, they have singers that come in, but Bruno Mars doesn't perform there every single night. So she was like, no, you can't leave. And we were like, oh shit, no, we can't leave. I was like, I'm not leaving. Like, I have always wanted to see Bruno Mars. So I was like, I'm about to sit right here and wait till he shows up. I am not leaving. So we grab our drinks. We're like, thank you so much for I would have left. I would have left. Had she not told us that, 100% I would have had my one drink, which was probably like $27, and I would have left. So we're looking around, and you know, they have like the tables, and they have couches, and they have a DJ playing at the time, and there's like this little ledge section kind of like behind some of the couches, and we're like, let's just go sit on the ledge and just hang out and listen to the DJ and talk and like see how this night's gonna play out, right? So we're sitting there for a while, the DJ's playing, everything's great, and then a worker comes up to us and she goes, hey, you guys can't sit there anymore. And we were like, okay. And she was like, but you can stand here. And we were like, okay. So we stand up, and literally like 2 minutes later, these curtains part. I didn't even realize we were sitting next to the stage. So now somehow we're front row. We're front row on the side of this stage. And I was like, wait, what? And the band, the Hooligans, come out and they start playing. And oh my gosh, they are amazing. I'm just like living, breathing, sneezing for their performances. So good. Again, it kind of almost has like, I don't know if I want to say jazzy vibes to it, but like, again, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm at the 1920s club. I was like, I'm living my best life. This is so much fun. And I kind of keep forgetting that Bruno's coming out. Like, I'm already just enjoying the music. I love live music. So much fun. So I'm just enjoying the live music so much. Like, this is great. And then, and I'm front row. Like, we're right there. I'm like, what? And then they get done with their set, the curtains close. We're like, oh my gosh, so fun. I end up meeting two girls next to me who were so nice. And at one point when I said it was my birthday, they go and get me a lemon drop shot and come back, and we were like taking a shot together. I was like, why is everyone so freaking nice? Then the curtains open again, the Hooligans start playing, and I'm just like, yes, yes. And then he goes, oh, we have a special guest tonight. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about Bruno. And then he's like, it's Mr. 24 karat gold himself. It's like all the, and I was like, huh, huh. And then, yep, sure enough, here's Bruno Mars just walking through the crowd, heading to the stage. And I was like, ah! This performance blew my socks off. I could not stop smiling. I will say my friend did smuggle a few videos, okay? We did smuggle a few videos. You can't bring two content creators into a club and tell them not to record any videos. There is one video that he got where you see me turn around and I look at him and my face is just like, like I don't even know how to explain what my face is doing. I'm just so happy. My smile is huge. And there's another one where he hit record and then just put the phone in his pocket. So the video is just black, but it's the music, and it is Bruno singing Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy, one of my favorite songs. Then he goes into Genuine Pony, Are You Joking Me? I'm screaming. I'm screaming, along with the rest of the crowd. The minute he says, I'm just a bachelor, the whole crowd just loses it. I literally watched this video and get goosebumps because it was so much freaking fun. Then he goes into Rich Baby Daddy by Drake. So he's all like, bend that so bad. And you can just hear my friend behind me just screaming the lyrics, and I'm just laughing. Like, it's so funny. And then he goes into, what is it? I want to freak you every night and freak you every day. I'm just like, my face, I wish we could have recorded what we looked like, because my face was probably so epically unhinged that I was like, I can't believe I'm here right now. I'm literally front row at an intimate Bruno Mars performance. It's not even like it's a concert and I'm with a ton of people and like you're being crushed against bodies. They only let in a certain amount of people, and then they close those, like no one else can get in at a certain point of time when they're gonna bring Bruno in. And so it's just, everyone's there, just so much fun. And almost because you can't have phones, you know when you go to places and you just see everybody with their phones up, and I mean, hello, hi, I'm guilty of it too. But no one had their phones, because if you did take your phone out, they had those flashlights on you and they were kicking people out. So I was really concerned we were gonna get kicked out. It's just like everyone was in the moment and having so much fun, and every new song that came on, people were just losing their minds. Like, I don't even think Bruno sang any of his own music. It was all like covers of others, and he was performing with the band, and they have the trumpets and the saxophones and the drums, and it was one of the coolest experiences that I have ever had. And we just stumbled into it. Had our dinner reservation not been late, who knows what would have happened. We hadn't met with the bartender back in November who told us she was at the Pinky Ring, who was the one that told us that Bruno Mars was going to be, like, everything just fell into line so perfectly. And it was one of my favorite freaking nights. And then it was my birthday the next day, and I was like, that was literally so much fun. An epic dinner. I love that speakeasy, but then Bruno Mars lost it. Like, I just had such an epic time. So if you come to Vegas, I mean, you don't know ahead of time when Bruno's going to be there, right? So that's the thing. Like, but I still recommend coming to the Pinky Room because the vibes in there are everything. Truly, if just the Hooligans would have played, I would have had a great time. I've seen that they've brought in like some solo singers as well. I can just tell from the vibes of that place that it's going to be immaculate every single time. So if you're coming, put it on your list, make reservations. You know, if you get there before 8, you can sit and hang out for a while. After that, you are going to have to deal with table minimums and all of those things. But highly, highly, highly recommend. And get there early because, again, they will shut the doors at a certain point. Get there early. You hang out at the bar or whatever it is that you want to do. Absolute freaking highlight for me. I had to share that story. Okay, this video is probably so long. But that's my face. And for the lips, we're gonna finish off with some Hard Candy and their Girl Scout products. This one is one of their lip liners in Coconut Caramel. I'm just gonna use a lip oil on top, so I'm kind of filling in my lips as well. So I love the Hard Candy lip liner in First Move. I always say like First Line, I don't know, First Move. Just did a video on my favorite lip combos, and I mentioned that one a couple of different times because I love it so much. This one I don't think I'm gonna love as much because it does say it's like velvety smooth, but it is pretty creamy and satiny. And for me, for a lip liner, I usually prefer more of a matte finish and something that, like, it might sound weird, but like it's not as creamy as this because I find the creamier the lip liners, the more they kind of move around, and also the more they kind of fade. I really like lip liners because I feel like they last so long, and if I'm using like a gloss or a lip oil or something like that, that starts to fade a little bit quicker. The lip liner keeps the lip look together, whereas this, and I'll have to see, this is my first impression, I just feel like I could see this fading away quickly. I also don't love this color. It's kind of more of that orange brown, which is not a favorite of mine. I would just prefer more of like a brown nude or just a straight nude, pink nude, things like that. I don't really love like the orangey tones in this lip, and I feel like with these tones it makes my teeth almost look a little bit yellow, but we'll see. And they sent me some different shades. That was just the first shade that I gravitated towards, but I'm just gonna put this lip oil on top. So this one is the Thin Mints one. So it really does smell like Thin Mints, which is the reason why I chose it for this video, because they all just look like regular lip oils. But I love Thin Mints. They are definitely my favorite Girl Scout cookie. What is yours? Leave it in the comments. And I'm excited because I'm going to Ashley's after this, and they have Thin Mints, a lot of them. You bet I'm about to eat some. So again, I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily love this lip combo because I already feel like the liner is so satiny that putting an oil on top of it, I'm like, I'm not really sure I'm gonna love this, but it'll give us a little bit more shine to the lips. But I'm gonna try some of the other lip liners as well and see if I like any, like shade wise, a little bit better. I just think formula wise it's not gonna be an absolute favorite for me. But after that, that is going to wrap it up for this Get Ready With Me trying the products from my latest PR haul. I feel like I had a lot to share with you today. We talked about creators and friends. We talked about some upcoming group travel. Again, Greece will be in the description box. You can join the group chats because I have pinned posts on Greece and Austin on my Instagram. I shared with you about my birthday. Thank you for all the birthday love, the birthday wishes. I have like an hour-long Get Ready With Me answering your questions about, you know, what I learned in my 30s, what I would tell my younger self, my goals for this year, my birthday wish for this year, who I'm dating. All the things are in that video, so if you want to check it out, be sure to. So for the wrap up, I mean, I'm gonna come back in a couple weeks and give like a check-in. I think everything looks pretty good so far. I don't know if I'm obsessed with my skin at this moment, but I think maybe it's the concealer being too light is what's kind of throwing me off. So I'm gonna try that other shade of concealer, but for the foundation, I think that's looking pretty good. The eyeshadow is just like stunning as usual. The blush, even though I'm not a big cream blush girl, I feel like it looks really nice on the skin as well. Definitely curious to keep testing out these products. I'll come back in a couple of weeks, let you know what I think of them before I decide if I'm going to keep or declutter them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.